Alright folks, so I just loaded up the game. I'm in Kingdom 829, which is part of the first two kingdoms that are doing the beta test for the Battlegrounds. So I don't know if you've noticed, but over next to your troops there's been kind of a pile of rubble for the last week. Well, when you start doing the beta test, you're going to have a pad show up and then Grey Worm pops up. So this is just kind of going through, not doing a battleground test just yet, but I will edit this video and add it to the back end once I actually get a chance to. But we're going to go through and just kind of see what's going on here. So click through, build the Iron Gate. Of course, this is a Ontario request. So we're going to build, do free, and there we go. Collect. Now, to do Battlegrounds, there is supposed to be a special item that you get, and it is supposed to come in daily rewards. You're supposed to get one of these in daily rewards, and it's right there, Chronicles of Conflict. So this is what you need in order to enter the Battlegrounds. Anytime you do, you do get some in the daily quests, and WB did say that would happen. I don't know how many you need, but you get them there. I don't know if you get them yet. You get them at tier 3 as well. I don't know how many you need. We'll see what it says. I'm just going through. You get them at tier 5. So that's 900 of them in a day so far. And let's see, do we get them in here? Nope, looks like you get 900 of them in a day. So you get them at tier 1, 3, and 5 is when you get the Chronicles of Conflict. So here it's the hub. We'll do the information. From the Iron Gate, you can launch or join Battlegrounds with your allegiance. It has very little power stats. Not much there. Let's go into the hub and see what it says. I'm not actually starting anything, but okay. So from the Iron Gate, you can review the details of each battleground, initialize a new battleground, or join an active battleground. So it looks like we'll have different maps that we can do. Eventually they'll come out with different maps. Right now it's the Great Ranging, which is above the wall. And what we know is that we're going to have relics drop for Mance Raider and Rattleshirt. Rattleshirt has a lot of PvE stats. A lot of his stats are versus creatures. Mance Raider has a lot of ranged. And Rattleshirt has some ranged stats too. But if you're a T2 or T1, you can initialize a Battleground instance. I'm in T4 in this kingdom, so I can't do anything, but I'm going to walk through and show you as much as I can. You can initialize a new battleground if you're a high-ranking member of your allegiance, or join one that is currently active. Up here, you can see how many Chronicles of Conflict you own and learn about how to acquire more. Chronicles of Conflict are needed to join the battleground. Your forces will be deployed to new locations and face dangerous threats. It is wise to prepare yourself and review the details of each battleground. So, graphics look pretty cool. Push that little arrow button thing. If you plan to travel with the Night's Watch on the Great Ranging beyond the wall, you need to be prepared for the horrors you will face. Here you can learn all about the battleground, including the map, monsters, and rewards you can earn. The creatures beyond the wall are unyielding and can recover from the gravest of wounds, which means they heal. Coordination and persistence will be needed to defeat these monsters. So what we know is that they're creature rallies, and rallies timers start at 30 seconds and go up to 2 minutes in 30-second increments, or up to 5 minutes. Can't remember what they said, but it is in 30-minute or 30-second increments. So you can increase. The creatures get stronger. For those of you who remember the Night King, it's the creatures are similar to that. They get stronger as they go and level. They also heal. So you do have to be fast. That's the reason for the quick timers, in order to hit these guys. And there's 6 creatures all together, I believe. There's spiders, shadow cats, white bears, mammoth, wolf, and I forget the other one. Giant, I think, is the other one. But anyways, there's 6 of them. 3 of them are going to be weak against a certain creature or a certain troop type, range, cavalry, and infantry. The others, I don't know if they will have a weakness. But here's the summary. They require multiple successful rallies, which means they're elites. And you can join the battleground once every 3.5 days. Timers have been reduced. Those are the big things. Those are what we know. Encounters. This will tell you kind of a history, it looks like. You've got the map, so it kind of shows you where on the map some different creatures are. So look, we've got the bear, a shadow cat, spiders, and you've got rewards. So exclusive rewards, Mance Raider, Rattleshirt. You've also got the new Night's Watch Pawn, which in different colors. The gray and the silver and the black look the best, in my opinion. So here's the breakdown of the rewards. So if you kill the white bear, you get the Mance Raider relics. White wolf, you get the Rattleshirt relics. Pale spider, you get advanced resources like bricks, fragments, pine, pale steel. So that's basically it right now. Once I have actually had a chance to test it, I will have another video, hopefully. This beta is 8 days, so it looks like we'll be able to do about 2. This is a summary. Initialization. High-ranking members of an allegiance, tier 1 or 2, can initialize a battleground at no cost. The allegiance will be entered into a short queue while it is being prepared. An allegiance may initialize a battleground once every 24 hours. But I think you can only participate once every 3.5 days. So anybody in the allegiance can apply, but if you've already done one, I don't think you can do it for 3.5 days. I think that's kind of the restriction, so that more of the alliance can actually get in and do it. Courtesy notice is sent shortly before the battleground is ready, providing the allegiance with time to prepare. Once ready, the allegiance will be locked, cannot be modified in any way until the end of the battleground, which means you can't kick anybody, you can't add anybody once the instance has started. Each time you join a battleground, you will need to pay the entry cost, which again, it doesn't say how much the entry cost is, but you get 300 or 900 Chronicles per day if you complete all your daily quests. But I don't know how much of those are being used for each one. I have to look into that. But anyways, when joining a battleground, your keep will be moved to a new map that can only be accessed by your allegiance. Ownership of any SOPs will be maintained, but you will be unable to actively defend them. Visually distinct stand-in will take the place of your keep while in a battleground. It cannot be attacked, scouted, or reinforced. Upon completion, you will be returned to your kingdom, replacing the stand-in, and be granted a short peace shield. The stand-in will expire 15 minutes after completion of the battleground, relinquishing control of that territory. Players that log in after this time will be randomly teleported to a new location in their kingdom. So that's what I know at this point, guys. Again, that's where you get more. I will update as I am able to test it. Once I'm able to test it, I'll add it to the back end of this video and we'll see how it works. So my alliance is already in and I was not aware, but let's see if I can get into Battlegrounds. Okay, so once the instance is live, each participating alliance member must pay Chronicles of Conflict to join. You can obtain them. Non-attackable stand-in node will take the place of your keep while you're in the instance. You must recall all of your marches. You'll maintain ownership of an SOP. So it looks like I can join in with the 300 I have plus gold because I don't have enough. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do much at this point. Okay, so it looks like it restarts the game. Again, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do much because they've already started. And it just depends on how much of a game I can get loaded in before the timer runs out. So one thing I have read is that the rewards for each of these creatures only comes on the final successful hit. So it's not a drop for every hit. And like I said, I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually get in on this. See if I can. I'm just going to try at this moment to port to where my alliance is. It looks like you have access to the KC still. Just interesting. All of your ports still work, so that's interesting. This is not my primary device, so I'm joining with server presets. Okay. This is a pretty big spider, level 22. I believe these go up to 25, or not 25, 50, sorry. Some of them only go up to 35, some of them only go up to 50. So, you've got to join these quick, because again, these creatures heal. They're setting 30-second timers on these. Yeah, it doesn't look like I was able to get any marches in on those sets. I am using my Jon Snow. He's at a fairly high level, so I have the advanced march from him. It looks like I'm not getting the other hero presets, which is fine, I guess. Just trying to get marches in to these reports. 'Cause just to show you some of the battle reports we're getting here, we're seeing a white bear at level 17, rewards, some pawn shards. Second timers is a good thing. I wish they would implement it in the rest of the game. It doesn't give you a whole lot of time to join, and they're quick rallies. But of course, if your game freezes up, then they're kind of stuck. Oh, that rally's full. Thank you. Oh, I don't have any marches. That would be another reason. Not gonna be enough time. So one thing that has been also mentioned is use boosts and generic troop stats work as well. Obviously versus player isn't gonna work. This is just like elk rallies. It's like elk rallies on steroids. Or the monthly creature event rallies. It's just like those, just on steroids. So it is going to be a little bit faster, a little bit harder to beat these things. They do heal again. Unyielding means they heal, vulnerable to cav, rally, all that nine. So yeah, it's just like the Alliance creature events. It's just at a faster pace and higher risk. See, he just healed. So now we know that they heal. He just went from the 80% back up to 100%. So these creatures, you do gotta hit them fast and hard. And not that really hitting them hard is going to do a whole lot, because they're elites, so it doesn't matter how much power your particular marches, it's the overall rally. But you gotta hit them fast. If you don't hit them fast enough, they heal, as we just saw with that bear. Got some pawn shards going here. I don't know if that's enough to get the pawn, but I don't think we got 0 on any of these. And instance is over. So now it's going to put me back. Okay, you will be returned to your home kingdom. So one thing about Battlegrounds, your alliance can enlist every 24 hours, but you can only participate every 3.5. So if you participated today, like I did just now, I can't participate for another 3.5 days. But the alliance can go back in tomorrow, so a new set of people can go in and do the Battlegrounds. Right now, this is a technical beta test. There's 2 kingdoms that are doing it, 829 and 777. So right now, whatever feedback we give them is going to be implemented in the next technical beta tests. This is for 8 days, I believe, so I may get another chance to do it. Again, that's something that I'll have to see if I can. And again, I'll stitch it to the end of this video if I can get a more full experience of the whole system and how it works. From the looks of it, you had access to your kingdom chat, you had access to the alliance chat. It's just a different map with the rallies. And what was interesting is when I was in Westeros and before I was in the Battlegrounds, I could see the rallies going, I just couldn't go to the coordinates. The coordinates took me into the middle of the ocean, so excuse me, that's how I knew that they were in a battleground. So hopefully I get another chance to test it before the beta ends. Let's see if any rewards come from that. We do have some known issues. If I collected this first, I would have had enough Chronicles. That would have been great. This is telling me that my kingdom is in the technical beta and it will be live. It is a 30-minute to see how many creatures you do. This is the Battlegrounds update. So doesn't look like I've got any other. Oh, there's this too, by the way. But doesn't look like I have any other information for Battlegrounds as far as rewards and stuff yet. So I don't know if that comes later or if it's live. I don't know. Hopefully I get another chance to test it. So until then, that's it. Okay, so this is going through a actual instance of the Great Ranging, which is the Battlegrounds instance that is available right now. So this was the last time I actually played it. They had announced that they were going to make some changes before this, but the changes hadn't taken effect just yet. They were going to be taking effect the following week. So I think I did this last Saturday. So I was just joining with the Chronicles of Conflict. When you join, the game does restart. So some of the changes they made prior to this, they changed that the creatures were no longer 5 hits, that they were going to be 4 hits. Although, like I said, this play does not include that particular change. They decided to make that change effective with the second round of battle tests, or beta tests that they were doing. So in this instance, this gameplay, you'll see that it's still 5 hits, but you'll get to kind of get a feel of how to do the rallies and what an actual 30-minute instance looks like. So just at this point, waiting for the game to restart. All right, so once you're in your keep, then you've got to go back into the battlegrounds. Sometimes you'll see like a little rally icon, sometimes you won't. I actually went into the map, and so then the next set shows up. Now your keep doesn't actually show up in the battlegrounds. Like I said, this is kind of the little battalion troop pad that shows up. And I was at this point just waiting for a rally to start. Once a rally started, then I was able to join over. But I was showing some of the creatures that show up. And again, like I said, these are 5 hits, but they did change it after this to 4. So if you're watching this, it is now 4. So then a rally starts, and I'm able to click it, join over to the setter. It does use regular ports though, so you can buy some ports before you go into Battlegrounds to help make yourself, make it a little easier for you. If you have, regular ports, that works too. So you just port over to whoever your rally setter is, join the rallies. Now this person was setting 4 for 30 seconds, and then he was setting another one for a minute out, so that troops would come back, and then we could join the next rally and do the 5 hits. Again, you don't have to do that now. It is 4 hits, so you don't have to worry about the 5. Now we were hitting all kinds of the creatures. There wasn't like one specific creature that we were hitting on this instance. I think he was just setting with whatever he could. One suggestion that I would have with playing this was my second time in the Battlegrounds. So one suggestion I would have is for every setter to change their flag to reflect what kind of troop type they are setting with. And what kind of creature, so that way if you've got players who are ranged, they are only setting on the range. If you've got players that are infantry, they're only setting on the infantry, and they can tell easily what setter is using what troop type and on what creature based on their flag. The other thing is, if you notice, the march lines do look a little bit different. I kind of like these march lines versus the regular ones. Just my personal thing. I think they look kind of cool. But they have that sword in between that indicates which direction the march is going. Blue if it's joining a rally, green if it's your allies. It shows you. Sorry, blue if it's your march. But the way the swords go tell you if it's going out to join a rally or if it's coming back in. So, as far as rewards, the rewards are still a little bit cheap, or they were as of this. With this instance, I did end up getting almost the full 500 Mance Raider relics. So depending on what level creatures you're hitting, you absolutely can get enough relics to unlock one of the heroes in one instance. The trick is getting enough to actually upgrade them. That is going to be the big hassle and the bottleneck. But I think I had come out of the previous instance when I was only in there for 9 minutes with like 64 relics for Mance. And I think I came out of this one with about 400 more. So it's possible. It's just you got to be on that grind. And it is kind of difficult for you to get all of those relics, and again, to be able to upgrade these heroes. If you're only doing Battlegrounds, it's going to be a grind, and it's going to be a long haul. Unless they include them in packs, it's really going to be difficult to get enough relics to actually upgrade these heroes to the full. If they include any other heroes in Battlegrounds in the future, which it's possible they will. If they do, then it's going to be a hard thing, and that might be something they change. But for right now, this is what we've got. And pardon all the chat with Alliance members. I was trying to help a teammate get into Battlegrounds. He couldn't figure out how to get into it yet. We have noticed something with the rally panel, though. If you click the defender chords, it'll take you out into the middle of the ocean, especially if you are not within the Battlegrounds. Also, I think if you click the attacker chords, it does the same thing. Even if you are in the Battlegrounds, I don't know if it takes you there necessarily, but the attacker chords, if you are in Battlegrounds, usually does take you there. That's how I was able to find the setter in this instance. But again, if you are not in Battleground, it will take you out into the middle of the ocean. And then the defender chords don't always work, so you can't always click those. And I mean, those are creatures anyway, so it's not like you can find a keep that way. But yeah, it's definitely a glitch to take you out into the middle of the ocean. It really should be something that WB fixes, but that's been a suggestion, and we'll see how that goes. And we're just telling him how to find the Iron Gate, where to build it. If you haven't watched the previous part of this video, or anything like that, the Iron Gate is next to where your troops line up in your keep. It should just right now should have a bunch of guys kind of standing around in a circle when you're actually able to see the progression of the builds. Like when you're getting ready for the beta, it'll be a bunch of rubble. When it's a bunch of rubble, then you should be able to build it. It'll be a Tyrion request or a Tyrion quest. When you log in, you'll see it, and they'll tell you like build the Iron Gate. With this the second round of betas that they did, they told you you could build the Iron Gate prior to actually being able to join Battlegrounds. So they unlocked the ability to build the building, and then a few hours later they opened it up so that you can actually like get in. They did send notices with enough Chronicles to actually join the first time around. The rest of them, as I've said before, and in guides and stuff, you can actually get more of them through the daily quest. You can get up to 900 per day. There's 3 tiers where you can unlock them, and you get 300 of the Chronicles of Conquest per day. Or, I'm sorry, per tier. So there's 300 of them at tier 1, tier 3, and tier 5, which makes 900 per day. You need 2,250 of them in order to play an instance of Battlegrounds. That gives you about a little more than 3 days to collect as many as you need, which is why there's a 3.5 day personal cooldown. It's to give everybody the opportunity to get enough of the Chronicles within that cooldown time frame to be able to play another instance. Each alliance can unlock or can do a Battleground instance once every 24 hours. Something that I've suggested, each T2 to pick a day that works best for them and their line, and each T2 line goes through and does an instance every day. So Monday, one line goes through, Tuesday, another line, and so on. And then avoid it on the weekends because the rally notification does not have any kind of difference in it. So avoid any confusion and don't do Battlegrounds on the weekends because it could interfere with any rallies going on. But then Monday, everybody should be ready to start over and start a new cycle. That's just a suggestion, though. Take it or leave it. It's just an idea that I had thought might work for some alliances. Pick whatever works for you guys per alliance. Try to figure out what works best as time zones go on and things like that. This is a good team building event. It is a lot like the elk rallies, a lot like the monthly creature rallies. And so if you like those kinds of events, then you will like Battlegrounds. It is definitely a team building though. You do need a good amount of people to fill these rallies. Rally timers start at 30 seconds. They go out to a minute and then 3 minutes. So you do need to have a good amount of people in to be able to fill these things. I would say 20 to 30 would be a good option. So at this point, I'm just going through and playing Battlegrounds. If you have any further questions about Battlegrounds, I am available through the various training servers that I'm a part of. If you can find me, if you are in one of my alliances, if you're in one of the servers I'm in, if you're in the Citadel, you can come find me there and just hit me up, tag me for any questions that you may have, and I will do my best to answer them for you. I don't know the next rounds of betas. I don't know when this feature will be released to all kingdoms. This is just to get you guys to see it and understand it, have a feel for it, so you are prepared and you know what to expect when you go into Battlegrounds. Again, it is a beta test feature right now. We do kind of expect that it'll be out within the next couple weeks, end of the month, beginning of November, something like that. And again, this is just right now telling my coworker or alliance member, sorry, how to actually get into Battlegrounds, where to build it, because he was struggling. But as I was saying, if you have any issues or questions about Battlegrounds and you want to talk to me about them, if you want some insights on what worked for our alliance and all that, then please just hit me up, let me know. And as new features of this get changed, then I will update the guide. But this is a video play for those who learn best this way, so you guys get an idea of what to expect. Okay, at this point I will continue with the video, but I'll turn on some nice music so that you guys have something to listen to. Alright, so thank you for watching the video. At this point, once you've exited the Battlegrounds, I would definitely suggest that you go back into your account. Make sure that your bubble is set and won't expire soon. You do get a little bit of a grace period on the protective bubble that they give you. That doesn't allow scouting and all that kind of stuff. But definitely go in and check your bubble again. Make sure that it's not going to expire. Make sure that all of your stuff is protected. Your account is an investment, so you want to make sure that, you know, glitches and stuff aren't going to affect you. So at this point, I'm just going back in, showing you that, you know, there is a cooldown. Going through some of the rewards and some of the features, like some of just the literature that's within Battlegrounds, so you can kind of see what the rewards are, and kind of look and see how it's working. Hopefully you learned something, or, you know, if you have any questions, like I said before, you can come find me in Citadel and ask me. If you need to read any of this, or if you want to read any of this, you can pause it. I do have some screenshots of some of this, and go over some of this in my guide in Citadel. So you can also go over there and check. You know, I am going back into my keep. I'm going to go over to my tower and just check and see what my rewards from Mance are. So you can kind of see all my heroes now. But hopefully, yeah, there you can see what my relics are for Mance and for Battleshirt. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, let me know.